Okay. Should be live. Live streams. Do this. There we go. What is this? Okay. What? Unlock 250 bonus bits every 10 subs. Okay. Don't care. No, thank you. I don't know. Maybe I should care. Okay. Whoops. Did not mean to open that, but that's fine. All right. So, let me show you my screen here. We've got some stuff to do. Screen. There we go. Okay. That's not what I... What? Hello? What? I thought Command Plus was supposed to increase the font size, but it's being stupid. Why must you stupid? Weird. Okay. Anyway, I believe it's been a while since I've worked on this. So I guess I'll just hit the play button and see what happens. All right. Cool. We have a massive grid of stuff. Okay. That's right. I wanted to mess around with this scroll bar. It's fine. Okay. So, first thing I want to do is look at this. So, there's a bit of a problem. And you might be able to see the problem. But if I were to ask you, say, to disable a certain command, which you do by just clicking on a power button. If I ask you to disable the ! feed command, how long do you think it would take you to find that button? Probably not super long, but significantly longer than it should. And that brings up a good point. The stream player is not working no matter how many times I reload it. Uh-oh. Cannot see nor hear you. Give me a second. Test. Okay. Should be functioning correctly. That's fine. Let me look at this here. Let me go back to this guy. I mean, that's working. It looks like it's recording. Twitch says my bitrate is fine. Okay, now it says it's unstable. Great. Stream. Yeah, what? Why are you making... No. Don't do that. Okay. Let me try. I'm gonna pull up my own stream on a new tab here and see if pull up my own stream on. Seems like it's working. I don't know. Oh, it loaded. Okay. Hello. I didn't change anything. I don't know what happened. But welcome. Glad to have you here. All right, I'll show you my screen here again. Okay. Like I was saying, there is something wrong here. And if I were to ask you to say, disable the command !feed, how long do you think it would take you to find the button to do that? And it probably wouldn't take you like super long, but it takes too long because there's like way too much information on the screen right now. There's a whole lot of garbage. If I'm looking for a particular command, it's like I've got to look at so many different things, and it's very distracting. So that is a problem I would like to fix. !feed is right here, by the way. And just in case you couldn't find it. But yeah, that's a bit of an issue. So I think the solution that I'd like to go with is to have like this permission level, the cooldown seconds, the edit script, and the delete button. I want all of that to be in like a drop down. So like by default, all of these are just going to be like the ! And then the name of the command and also the power button. And then the rest of this stuff, including this little edit button, all the rest of this stuff, you have to actually like click on this rectangle to get everything else to pop up. I think is the way that I want to do that. Or maybe, I don't know, I'll put like a little arrow underneath. That, not sure. I could probably make the name of the command like a button. Disable command feed there. Perfect. Unfortunately, it's not connected, so it didn't actually do anything, but I like the way you think. I mean, I could probably make this a button, right? How does it work now? Main panel. It's in the... oh, it's running, so... Ugh. Visual Studio Y. Okay. Command card. Here we go. Main grid, name row. Name row border. S-grid name row. Get name row. Here we go. It is a selectable text block. I can probably just wrap that into a button. Right? Is there anything stopping me from doing that? Custom controls. Buttons. S button. I don't think there's anything stopping me from doing that. Let's try it. So say private S button get name button, I guess. Whoa. Don't know why it auto-filled that. Okay. Info button. I mean, I don't really care what kind of button it is, right? Because I don't really want it to be any particular color. Ads in 1 minute. Yeah, so it'll take in selectable text block. Is that a good idea to make it a selectable text block? Not sure. Name text block. And then I can say, what is it? Content? Content equals name text block. Why is it mad at me? Because I need brushes. Yo, what's up, Yoshi boy? Hello again. Don't remember following. That must have been a bit ago. It probably was. I mean, I haven't streamed in a while. And I think the last time I streamed software development was like even farther long ago. But I do recognize your name. So welcome back. Right. I need like colors and stuff. Let me comment this out because I don't actually maybe I can figure out what color it was. I don't know. Let's just look at it. How's it going? Not too bad. So currently what I'm trying to do, so this is my bot dashboard interface, whatever you want to call it. And so I'm trying to make it so that all of these options, like underneath each of the quotes, or not the quotes, I read this word, underneath each of the commands are accessible via a drop down instead of just always being shown. So what is like this background color? Is that primary 2? I'm thinking. I don't know. Border brush. No, that's for the green and the red. It was mid-September this year when Yoshi Boy followed. Wow. So yeah, quite a bit ago. Danger brush. Can I just search for the word brush here? Success brush, danger brush. Yeah. Okay. Does Esgrid? No, Esgrid doesn't have a default, I don't think. I just want to know what color to make the button. I don't know. I'll experiment with a couple different colors. Is it up here? Yeah, here we go. We can test it out. Okay. So what's the first color that I need? It's the default color, right? Yeah, okay. So main theme. Whoops. We want like a primary brush here. Unless we want to make it like a blue. I was thinking we just made the button the same as like this background-ish color, but we could make it like this blue. That's the same as the like moderator and edit script button. That might be a bit flashy though. I don't know. We can experiment. Why did my music stop? Hello? What? 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 What is going on? Okay. I set the playlist to loop and it just stopped. I tried hitting the next button and it just started playing somebody's video. Okay. Bruh. Alright. Prim. Do I have to stop this in order to get autocomplete? Primary brush 2, we'll say. And then when you hover over it, let's use primary brush 1. Why are all the pop-ups happening? Primary brush 1. Oops, 1. And then when you actually press it, I don't know, just make it, what the, make it 3. Okay. So now, what I want to do, get name button, go up here, where's get name text block? Get name text block, here we go. Var name button. I forgot the equal sign. We'll give it the name text block. And then where are we using this? All over the place. Okay. Why are we using it so often? Name edit button. Wait, is he doing the right thing? Name text block. Name text box. Text block is this one. Okay. Okay. Thank you, naming conventions, for being incredibly confusing. I only have one person to blame for that, but like, I adopted the naming convention of the UI framework that I'm using, alright? So it's not entirely my fault. I feel like that's fine. Static name group. Is this where I want to put it? Static name group. Into swappable. I think yes. Okay, so put the name button here. And then it's going to get mad at me because it expects a text block. Name button. Okay. Let's see what happens. Surely it doesn't explode. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. So they do look like buttons. Like you can hover over them and they change color and stuff. They don't do anything when you click them. But that has thrown off my spacing just a little bit. Height of 30. BRB, reinstalling Firefox since Opera makes Scratch editor freeze. Have fun? Man, it's been a long time since I've done anything in Scratch. I keep getting videos recommended of people doing like wacky stuff in Scratch. Height 70 maybe? Rope border. Let me see what doing that does if I just force the height to be a certain size. See what happens. Gotta love that. Yeah. Like, I understand, you know, it's somewhat difficult to make an application that works on all browsers, but like, it also kind of sucks that certain websites have different behavior. Okay, why did that not work? Or did it work and it's just like offset for some reason? Oh, let me try margin 0 Ds and padding. Something like that, maybe? Okay, that's better. That looks a lot better. Okay, cool. So I was worried about the text being like selectable like this, where you can highlight it, because I thought that maybe that might steal the click. Like if I just single click on it, I thought that that might get weird, but it looks like you can both click on it and highlight, which is phenomenal. That is exactly what I was looking for. Okay. That's fine. Okay, and before we get the button to actually do anything, just trying to think of how I want to do this. I think I want to make it... Why does my music keep stopping? YouTube, are you... Oh, okay, got it. Awesome. They changed their UI, so now I got confused. I thought loop was turned on, but it actually was not turned on. Great. Love it. Love it. Absolutely phenomenal. Oh, okay. I'm complaining about UI updates as I'm like changing my own UI. It's fine, don't worry about it. I'm only mildly hypocritical. Okay, do I want to make like just the name of the command the button, or do I want to make like this entire like border area be the button? You know? I could make the button bigger. Lovely UI YouTube. Thank you for changing something fundamental. Okay, look at this. Look at this. So this, my head's like almost kind of in the way. So this loop button, see the dot in the middle of it? It's kind of, hang on, can I, yeah, here we go. There's a dot in the middle of the loop button, right? Now it's 1, so that it's just gonna loop this one video back over and over and over. It's like, so it used to be the case where the loop icon would either be bold or not bold based on whether or not looping is turned on. But now it's just always bold, and there's a dot in the middle of it to indicate that looping is on. Like, why? Why would you? Surely there has to be a better solution. Of course, that's how you're supposed to tell. One singular dot. Exactly. And on top of that, like, the way that you used to tell is that it's bold, and now they just made it always bold. And so I just assumed that it was on. It's like... It's like, so this power button is, you know, switches colors when I click on it, right? That's like if I were to always make this power button green, and in order to indicate that it's off, I actually just added a little dot in the middle of this icon. Like, why? That's so bad. Like, I don't know. The UI itself in isolation is fine, but the fact that they changed it from being bold versus not bold to being constantly bold, like, why? YouTube making decisions that help no one. Oh man. Somebody's got to justify their job, right? Somebody's got to be the button guy. All right, so how do I make this button be the entire thing here? Can I just say, like, name row border? I'm gonna move this button function up here, and then I'm gonna call it something else. I'm gonna get header button, and then I'm gonna take in as an input a border. Row border. Oh, that's not how you spell that. Okay. Something like this. And then up here, get header button. Button. And then name border. Hello? Do I not? Get name row border. Name row border. There it is. Okay. I just gotta bring it down to here. And then what are we throwing this in? We're throwing it in here. So then we'll go here and we will expect a button, an S button actually. Yeah. Header button, but that's not how you spell button. Oh. Oops. Wait, that's okay. Never mind. I did that in the wrong place. Wait, this is supposed to be the text block. Okay, I have to undo a bunch of stuff that I did before. Where am I using this? Here we go. Name text block. Selectable text block. That there. Yo, what's up, Dom? How's it going? And here I was thinking I was bad at UI design because I use Daisy UI. YouTube's on another level, man. I'm dying. Could you not do that? Welcome back. Welcome back, Glitch. I would actually really prefer it if you didn't die. I know that might be a selfish request, but like, could you try maybe not doing that? Have a fever and I'm coughing out blood. Oof. Okay, yeah. Maybe don't do that. We both are, although I'm dying inside. Okay. could you guys not do that, please? I would like to still have people watch my stream. That it would not be a very good look on me as a streamer if my viewers just started dying. Again, I know it's a selfish request. Okay, so this still needs to be the border. But, like, where else am I using this? Oh, not that. This. All the way down here. Okay, that's where I needed to put it. Header button. Put here. S button. Header button. I think that's fine. Let's see what happens. I mean, I'm just in bed. All body hurts, all bones hurts. Haven't ate anything, only medicine. Oof. Okay, well they're centered now. I mean, generally eating is a good idea. So, like, I don't know your condition. I don't know that eating is going to cure bone hurtedness. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure that these buttons on top, like, weren't stealing, or like were properly getting pressed. But yeah, it looks like I can press. Oh no, I can't. If I hit the power button, it also presses the button behind it. That's rude. That is not what you like to see. Can I... I don't remember how spacing works. Horizontal content alignment? Horizontal alignment. What are my options here? Stretch, center... Should I stretch? What happens here? Yeah, but I'm having a hard time to swallow, so eating is only making worse on my throat and lung thingy. Oof. I don't have the bot connected, because I'm working on the bot. Okay, that did not... Well, I mean, no. Okay. So the button does span the entire thing. I got the wrong things. The button spans the entire thing. It's the row border that does not. So if I put that here, stretch. That did not fix my problem. Do I have like some center thing? Vertical alignment centered. Okay. Emerald border. Swappable name, enable toggle button. Maybe I put it here? Oops. I mean, maybe this is just the wrong property altogether. Like, I haven't seen it change anything yet. No matter where I put it. So today, with making Stonebot public, I am hoping to do that. Although this UI change might take longer than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be a quick adventure, but I might be here for more than 20 minutes. Why are they all centered? Why are they not stretching like they should be? Was it this? Maybe it's this? Horizontal alignment stretch. know what's causing it to be centered like that. The heck? UI AI chatbot? Not quite. Why is that one so much louder than all the rest? Stop. Oh, my ears. What was that? Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I mean, you could make it have AI. Like, you know, you could write a script and do that. Why is this open? Okay. Which is kind of the whole point. You can do whatever you want with these commands. Except for center them in the UI, apparently. You can do everything except for that. Like, what is it? It's like I thought it was the border, but then it didn't. It didn't expand. I was expecting it to expand. Name row border. Like, what happens if I just like force the width to be something ridiculous? 500 Ds. What's that gonna do? Okay. I mean, that's not exactly what I expected to happen, but I mean, do I just hard code the width? Like, did I hard code the width anywhere else? 230? 400. Okay, what happens if I make it 400? That looks right. I just wanted to make sure I'm not cutting off a pixel or two on the border here. But I think it looks right. Okay, that's kind of what I'm looking for. So now you can click anywhere inside of this header thing. Oh, it is a little bit weird if you like click on the name of the command itself, it like flashes. Like if I hold down I'm holding down my mouse button right now. It's not doing anything, but if I let go, it like flashes for a second. Whereas if I'm over here and I click and hold, you can see it gets a lot darker and then let go. That's weird. So it registers the mouse up, but not the mouse down. Oh, okay, so I'm holding my mouse down. If I hover away from the text, then it goes dark. But on top of the text, it does not. Okay, so there's probably some way of me like capturing mouse events and like passing them on to children. Only on certain conditions. Something like that. I meant to use AI for the UI. Oh, okay. I don't know, man. This is pretty spaghetti code. I'm not even sure. Not even sure an AI would be able to fix this mess. Fix this issue with UI. Yeah, I don't know. So there's gotta be info button. ads in 1 minute. 1 minute warning. Header button. Is there some kind of like mouse thing? Click mode? What is this? Click mode. Release? The button.click event is raised when the pointer is released. Okay, that's not exactly what I was looking for. Google help. Lonia. Capture click event. Something to this effect. Respond to an event. Not exactly what I was looking for. Listen for a click event without blocking the elements below it. This is exactly what I was asking for. Trying to intercept a click event to see if the user is clicking over a certain panel, but I don't want to block the elements below it. What if an adorner? I'm sorry, what? Add adorner on click? Got into the idea of making my own Charvis, but mine is called Pana? For personal automated neural assistant, using RAG and web search for more personalized thing, all self-hosted. Nice. Oh, ads. Rip. I didn't hear the answer, no. It's fine. I'll repeat myself after ads. I don't know what the heck this is. Adorner? Avalonia adorner. I don't even know what adorner means. Okay, that didn't help. Adorner layer. Oh, okay. It just didn't load in. Represents a surface for showing adorners. Adorners are always on top of the adorned element and are positioned to stay relative to the adorned element. Oh. Yo! Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. I'm back from ads. Okay. So I thought it was cool. It's all self-hosted. That part's especially pretty cool. Mine is called Pana, and am I pronouncing that right? Pana? Personal Automated Neural Assistant? Apparently I am 50% of the way to completing my sub goal. I didn't set up a sub goal, but I'm halfway to getting there. Okay. Thank you, Twitch. Always appreciated. Okay, so it's just a canvas. To do. Need to track position of adorned elements and move the adorner if they move. Great. You love to see a to-do in an official doc. That's always reassuring. I don't feel like this is what I'm looking for. Click event. So descriptive. Pointer capture many questions. Pena, yes. In Spanish, pena means like a friend. Oh, okay. Cool. That acronym makes a lot of sense then. I've always been curious about like self-hosting stuff like that. So if you couldn't tell, I'm using Windows. I am teetering on the edge of switching to Linux. But I feel like I need to do some research before I do that. So like I'm on the edge of switching to a bunch of like, I don't know how to describe it, but like that whole pipeline, you know? Going to use it in combination with my human DB that I have. Human DB. You just have like Fred remember all of your data for you? I use Windows for personal use. Anything else is Linux. I kind of want to try Linux for personal use. I don't know how well all of my current software works with it, which is kind of what I need to research. But I am kind of excited by the idea of being able to like personalize a bunch of stuff on my computer, which is like also at the same time a little bit intimidating because I don't know. I'm not like super picky about stuff, so when I see 10 million different options to do one thing, I'm like, I don't care, man. I'm gonna like roll a die or spin a wheel or something. Let me take a look at how I'm doing this. On pointer pressed, I'm updating the background. On released, I'm updating the background. What do I have access to in these arguments here? Why is control click not working? Initial press mouse button. Root visual. What the heck? Maybe an easier way of going about this is just to say orgs. Prevent gesture recognition. Yes, that is exactly what I was looking for. Thank you for the suggestion. What? Returns the pointer point associated with the current event. Okay. Handled. Gets or sets a value indicating whether the rooted event has already been handled. That might be what I'm looking for. It's a DB where I have information about people I know, like for example, person X, name X, age X, hobbies, objects of X, properties, family tree, jobs with all necessary data and such. So that way I can be with Rag, hey, my friend X birthday coming up, what can be a good gift, and boom. Ah, okay. Gotcha. That, I'm gonna be honest, that does seem a little bit creepy. Keeping a database of all your friends. Okay, I guess an important question is, do your friends know that you're keeping track of this information in this way? I guess keeping track of your friend's birthday itself is not creepy, but like, I feel like putting it in a database is weird. Although, I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't have that much of an issue if my friends had my birthday in a database. It just seems weird. I had not ever considered that. Routed event? I wish I understood what was going on. Can I just prevent gesture recognition and move on and just have my entire application work? I don't know what this function does. I assume it has something to do with touch controls. But like... do I need to make... handled? But that doesn't change how it displays. Right? That just... I think... on pointer entered. Maybe... is there a way to test to see if, like... a pointer is on top of something other than the button currently? I'm trying to think if there's like some other hacky way to do this. I just really don't like the fact that like if you click on the text, it flashes and it doesn't I don't know. I don't feel like it properly picks up your mouse inputs. Or it doesn't properly respond to the mouse inputs, I should say. Yeah, people had told me that it's creepy, and no, they don't. Nobody knows, but I mean, I already know their age. What's the difference on having it written down? Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Also, I already know stuff of a lot of people. Having it written down helps remember better. It's like ex-friends had 10 X's. Me reminding that is not creepy, but writing it down is. For some reason, I don't know. It does feel a little bit weird. Not saying it's wrong, but yeah, it's strange that feels somehow different. So that way with smart glasses, I can make the glasses see the face and show information on my glasses because it knows, because it's in the DB. That'd be sick, honestly. You look at somebody and it pops up all their information on your glasses. That's like straight out of a movie. Corporate does it like Google, so I need to be a company to not be a creep. I'm not saying that Google's not creepy. Like, there's a reason I'm using Firefox and DuckDuckGo. Like, I don't get me wrong, I still do use Google products, but like, when they do it, it definitely is creepy. I don't know. Is this something I need to worry about? If you click on the name. Okay. Legitimately, I need some feedback here. So, like, I want this entire box that's in green here. I want that to be a button. Now, if I... wait. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Scratch that. Don't want feedback right now. Nobody say anything. Dang it, Glitch. I was gonna say if you say anything then you're banned, but I can't ban a mod, so... I mean, I could, but... And then what if I do that with the bot, and because I can have multiple users, I can have a DB with classified users and add it to my DB. My suggestion is that I am going to give a suggestion. I do welcome feedback, but I'm just... This is so annoying that there's not like a property that I can just set that's like, hey, capture all mouse events. Maybe there is. Maybe... Hang on. Click mode. Coerce value. Okay, I'm probably not going to use that. Context requested. I request context. Oh, of course, yeah, no, there's a difference between context and data context. Of course. That makes perfect sense. Effect. Focus adorner. What is with this adorner thing? Gesture recognizers. Hotkey. Initialize if needed. Okay. An input hit test returns the topmost active input element at a point on an input element. Okay, that might be useful. Let's keep it there. Where was I? Invalidate visual. Is effectively visible. It's effectively visible, you know? Might not actually be visible, but it's effectively. People leave a lot of personal info on the internet without knowing, so just saying, you know, yeah. I mean, again, it's like, I'm not saying it's wrong. One is context, the other is the data of the context. So much, so more context, yeah. I need all the context possible. Is hit test visible? Gets or sets a value indicating whether the control is considered for hit testing. Okay, I don't think that's what I want. Is pointer over? Logical children. We make a distinction between the dumb children and the logical children. Okay, there's a bunch of ons. I don't think I care about that. Tapped. I assume that's like more touch controls. Update is effectively enabled. Why effectively? Updates the is effectively enabled property according to the parent controls enabled state. Okay. I'm sure that's useful for some reason. Get logical parent. Okay, we're not just discriminating the children. We're getting at the parents too. Okay, I mean, like... I guess context will be like the element, and data context is more like mouse click, hold, time, XY position and such. Maybe. I don't think it's relevant to what I'm trying to do though. I mean, you don't want it ineffectively enabled? I mean, I guess, yeah. Listen, it's enabled, but it doesn't actually do anything. It's not very effective at doing its job, but it's enabled. I mean, where do I override the on click? Do I ever? Toggle button. I do, right? On click. I really thought this was going to be easier. Oh, give me a new button. Content button. I don't know, that might change at some point. Do I use internal? Okay. We're going to extend what? S button base. Is there a difference? There is. Okay, let's extend S button then. S button. Since 2 days ago, I got a new milestone. Now than 500 milligrams of caffeine per day. Nice. Ooh, that's not the right thing. Do you guys drink coffee a lot? I feel like I missed out. I never got into coffee when I was younger, and then I just didn't bother with it ever. Yeah, like 8 cups per day worth of caffeine. Is that like a normal amount? I don't know a whole lot. I feel like there are people that like brag about how much they have. Hit test. I want the click. I assume that's a lot. I drank coffee once and never again tried it. You didn't like it? I mean, I'll be honest, I wasn't a huge fan the first time I tried it either. Why? Oh. My charger is being dumb. Okay. Why are you... Oh. Okay, yeah, generate me a constructor, please. Make it a primary constructor. Finastic. Okay. So, when you've been clicked on, do this for me. So it takes a point P. So can I say E dot... Nope, apparently not. Routed event args? How do I get the pointer position? No, that is not normal. That is addiction. The FDA says no more than 400 milligrams per day. More than 200 per day can be scary and affect your daily life. Oh, okay. Noted. So if I ever do get into coffee, don't drink that much. It's probably not my charger that's broken. It's probably just my phone. How long ago did the iPhone 7 come out? Okay, that didn't help. Can I just say... What? Not that. Something like this. Excuse me. Okay. You are no longer a S button, you are a content button. See what happens. Click. It didn't print out anything. What am I missing? Did I forget to hook up something? Toggle button. On click. What are you doing? Yep, I forgot to hook it into something. Okay. Give me my regular constructor back. There we go. All right, now let's see what happens. Click. There we go. Reddit event arcs. Okay. I can't do anything with this. Rooted event. Wait, rooted event? Huh? Rooted event. What is this? Root finished? I don't think this is what I'm looking for. Why does control click not work? Please? Okay, there we go. I just had to click it 7 times. Whatever. Click mode. Click of... click event is what? Ugh, what is this? What am I looking at? Routed event.register. Gross. Oh, ads start in 15 seconds, by the way. Is there something about the sender, maybe? Hang on. Sender. What are you? Click. Content button. Okay. It's really not what I was hoping for. I mean, I can override the click function, right? Wasn't that a thing that I did at some point in the links, maybe? No. Am I dumb here? If like gum, do neurogum? What is that? And if you just want caffeine without being in a can, do salute energy and focus. I don't think I really have a need for like an excessive amount of caffeine. But if I ever do, I will keep that in mind. Click. Open parenthesis. Alright, what do we got? Holy on click! Oh, that's not the right thing. Okay. Really? I thought... I was like overriding the click function at some point. What the heck? Maybe I decided that was a bad idea? I mean, I don't think I'm wrong, but... Why is programming so hard? I want the background to be a button, but I don't want it to activate when I click on a button that's on top of it. But currently it is doing that. Like it's, hang on, let me, YouTube, you will play my music. I will not have it. Okay, so look, there's nothing here, right? I'm gonna click on the edit button and boom, it registers that click. Why? I clicked on a button on top of it. I didn't click on the button, I clicked on a button on top of the button. This is fun. I'm having a good time. They're like 180 USD for 200 milligrams of caffeine and 300 milligrams of L-theanine? I have no idea what that is. Cheaper than an energy drink and healthier. Is not programming, is UI that it's hard? I don't disagree. I will say I have spent significantly more time on the UI than any other part of this application. I just want my buttons to work. And I fear that they never will. So like the obvious solution here is to just have an entirely separate button, right? Like at the bottom or something that's like an up arrow, and you press it and all this information collapses and goes away. And then you can have another button that's a down arrow, and when you click it, all the information pops down and it reappears. Like, that's the obvious solution, right? But it'd be so much better if you could just click on this massive rectangle that's right here and just do it that way, right? But because I have buttons on top of buttons, it's like the UI framework that I'm using doesn't seem to like that, which is annoying. It took me 14 hours to add English and Spanish language service to my website. Oof. Yeah, I am, I don't know, supporting like different themes and different languages and stuff is still a bit far away for me. Switch to Electron. JS is not that strict with that. I mean, like, I had heard good things about the framework that I'm using. So I was like, yeah, that seems great. And it's like, it's not bad. It's just, when you try and make UIs that are like not very conventional, which I don't even know that I would consider this unconventional, but like it has these weird quirks and I keep running into them. Time to switch to Pygame to make UI. Never made a game in Pygame too difficult. Like Phaser.js though. Phaser.js, never heard of that one. Dude, I do think that's something I need to, I don't know. What I need to do with this project is separate the UI and separate the backend and the front end more. Because currently, like, they're so interlocked that it's like, it's difficult to just like replace the front end with you know, like a new framework or something, because everything's just so tightly interwoven, and it's like, that was a really bad idea, but I'm too far gone. It's fun to make a Pygame game. I tried like 8 years ago. I'm sure you've improved. After 8 years, you could probably make a game in Pygame. I believe in you. Glitch, what kind of stuff have you done with Pygame? I think I used it like once for a class a couple years ago. I've heard good things, but I haven't really used it. I don't want to make games no more. I got into server stuff. Fair. It is a little bit bizarre to me, I'll be honest. Because, like, making video games seems significantly more interesting to me. Although here I am working on this monstrosity when I could be actually making a video game. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not I'm fine. I'm not upset about it. Okay, I am upset. I can't lie. I want the button that's on top to capture the mouse events. Is that an impossible task? Handled. But that's just like on click. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Do you have Z index in that framework? I have no idea. Z index. Oh, I do. I might mess around with that. I want to test this real quick though. I made an endless bullet hell dodging game in the span of a month. It had like 5 to 6 different enemies and an AI player. I showed the code for a while back. Nice. Excuse me. Pretty cool. What makes it endless? Is it just like one screen and enemies keep spawning in it? Or like do you have to move around? Prints out twice? Yeah, okay. Do it before I call base.pointer release? I don't feel like that's right, but I want to see what happens. Still prints out twice, yeah. Okay. Put this back. This. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Whoops! Don't do that. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, one screen with constant enemy spawning. there was multiple difficulties to affect stuff like, excuse me, to affect stuff like HP and spawning settings, but that's not as interesting. Someone I know made a basic 2D map to 3D first person thing, like a Doom style thing almost, in Scratch. That'd be pretty neat. Yeah, exactly. Bro, why? Okay, well, it didn't actually like click, which is interesting. Not Scratch. Okay, okay. Still pretty impressive though. Pygame. Okay. That would have been my second guess. Okay, so just like it doesn't. I mean, that's what I expect to happen. I just. Hang on, what happened here? It still flashes. All right, let's try the Z index thing. It's gonna yell at me because it wants to put everything on one line. Okay, back to command card. Name edit button. So like what happens if I do like a Z index? Controls with a higher Z index will appear in front of controls with lower Z index. If two controls have the same Z index, then the control that appears later in the containing elements children collection will appear on top. So I think this is just visual. So it needs a higher one. Yeah, see, it still registered that click. Or that background button still registered the click. Can I set it to negative numbers? I can, it didn't change anything. Yeah, it still registered the click. I mean, so what is this? This is an info button. But I don't actually set its on click thing here. until this. So if I say that for... What is this supposed to be? Routed event args. Okay, I'll make it E. So if I then say E dot handled, so it's still gonna flash and register the click. Looks like it flashed, but it did not register the click. Okay. How do I get it to not flash? So I would assume it would have something to do with updating the background. And it only flashes when I release the mouse. So what happens if I do that? I mean, I thought it still flashed even when I did that. It looks like it's still flashing. It's definitely still flashing. So is it like on pointer entered? I mean, like, when I had all of these handled equals true, like, it still flashed, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's still flashing. Okay, so I mean, at least I figured out how to not register the click. What happened? I'm gonna close out of it and reopen it, maybe? Okay, that was weird. So does it register the click when I click on the text of the command? Bam. It does not register that. Okay. But it does register this, right? Yeah, it registered that click. But it's flashing still. It still changes color. Even when I click on a button on top of it. Is there something else here? Pointer capture lost? Pointer pressed, released. On capture lost, on pointer. mean, I guess it's easier if I just make a separate button for it. I wish I had more control over, like, what happens when you click. But it doesn't really seem like I do. Unless there's something I'm missing. Which feels very possible. But I don't know. It kind of just seems like I'm gonna have to make a separate button for it, but that's obviously gonna require more screen space, which is not what I wanted to happen, but I don't know. I don't really see any other way. Because I feel like no matter what, I'm gonna run into weird button on top of button weirdness, you know? That's pretty annoying. I don't know. Maybe I can figure it out in the future, but excuse me. I guess for now I'll just add another button. Fine. What have I changed? Updated some packages. Content button. I can delete that, and then a bunch of stuff there. Okay. Let me yeet the content button. Holy, that was loud. All right, let's go back to the command card. So instead of making a header button, let's make a footer button. I'll name submit. Mission row. Edit script. Delete button. We'll put it here. Private. Give me. Let's just make it a regular button here. I don't want to make it like absurdly blue or anything. Get collapse button. And it probably doesn't need, well, eventually it's gonna need parameters. Ads in 1 minute. Your 1 minute warning. For now we'll just say collapse button equals new. By the way, I'm working on a way to add numbers in Scratch without it auto-formatting as scientific notation or infinity. That's pretty cool. You like... Well, I guess it depends on how it stores it internally. But yeah, that's always kind of interested me, especially in like games like Balatro, for example, where, you know, you can get numbers that are like absurdly high. Like, is there just some kind of like well-known method of dealing with absurdly large numbers? Like, you can get relatively large numbers just using 64 bits, but, you know, sometimes they can get absurd. So I was kind of been curious about how, like, you represent super large numbers. What am I doing? I need a button. Why does it keep autofilling like that? That's so weird. Return collapse button. And we are going to have... I think I did it earlier. Main theme, primary 2. And then 1 and then 3, I think is what I did. Ads. For everybody not watching ads right now, do you have a least favorite color? I don't feel like I really even have a favorite color. I mean, orange, right? But it's just like, it's mildly cooler than the rest, you know? I don't really feel like I have at least maybe like a maybe like a neon of some kind, something that really like hurts your eyes to look at, you know? Least favorite color is pink. Really? Is it because it hurts your eyes to look at? Is neon pink any worse than regular pink? I'll ask you that. With Scratch, at least, it's simpler since variables are not set as specific types, so you can set them as strings, but use them as numbers. Oh, that's weird. I mean, is it like just regular dynamic typing, or is it like... Or does it like automatically convert numeric strings into numbers if you try and like multiply, right? Okay, that's fine. Can I, yeah, content. We'll have it, actually, we can just have it be the caret, right? For now. For now. I might want either an up icon or some kind of Unicode character. But for now, this is fine. And then what I want to do is probably undo a bunch of changes that I did earlier. Header button. What was this before? Permission row. Name row border. Name row border. Is that what was there? Border. That's my caps lock is on. Okay. Name row border. That's not how you spell border. Border. Okay. What does this look like? Okay, that looks correct. Finastic. Okay. So I already have a footer here. I would like an even footer. I want a footerer, if you will. Let me call it like edit row instead of footer, because the footer is actually going to be the button now, right? It's not going to be the edit script button and the delete button, so I'll just call that edit row. So where's my get footer? Let's call this get edit row. And I might have some layout weirdness, but it should be okay. Get, oh, you know what? Let me just repurpose this. Edit row. Rename this to edit row. and then give me the actual footer. I can actually just call it by name, probably. Collapse button. That I can throw it in here. Collapse button. And then let me accept it as an input. Button, collapse button. Oh, that's right. Edit row is what this is called now. Collapse button, perfect. Okay. So I wanted to take up the entire width of the card, which it does not do, and it blends in almost entirely. There's like 1 or 2 pixels around the curved edges. Oh, because it's like on top of the edit button right now. Okay. Because I need to add another row. Okay, there we go. Now it's I was seeing the curved edge of the edit script button. But yeah, there we go. Okay. So there's my collapse button. I would actually like it to have a margin of 0. Here we go. Margin equals a new 0Ds. What do we got? Okay, now it takes up the entire thing. I still want to mess with the colors, though. I think I want to make it darker by default. So I'm going to make it like this color. So like I'm holding my mouse button down right now, but I think I want to make it this color by default. So let's do that. Let's put this one up here. So that's default. This is hovered. What does this look like? This is gonna look weird. Okay, so they're dark. So if I hover over it, that is a little bit weird. It looks like it disappears. Should I add a border? Border thickness. We'll just say 2D. Border brush, we'll say is main theme primary brush 3. Let's see what this does. Okay, it looks a little bit better. I don't want the border on top though. So I should be able to say so I'm gonna make this one 0. Let's see what this does. I don't know that I like that. I just don't like the fact that it like entirely disappears without the border. Considering actually stacking, instead of just having it at the bottom of the card, I have the card entirely above it. That way, like, I get these, like, curved corners above the collapsed button. That way the collapse button doesn't look like it's a part of the card, although I feel like that's fine. But yeah, like the fact that you hold down the mouse and it looks like the button is just gone. I mean, I can probably make it a different color, right? No. Make that 2, make this 4. Does that look weird? So I hover over it, it gets darker, and then I click and it becomes basically the same color as the rest of the card. I don't feel like that looks bad. It's fine. I think I'll go with that. Okay. So now that we have the button itself, let me go into the interaction grid. Oh, there's so many. There's actually so much stuff that I need to do. Like, I need to change this update function to work differently. Because right now it, like, deletes all of the children and recreates them, which is not good. It should just, like, actually update them. But either way, okay. Command card. So let's make a new class here. How do I want to do this? So I basically want 2 different UI elements. One for just the stub at the top, and then one for like showing all of the information. Right. Let's call this command stub. And this extends borders, so I guess I'll do the same. And then I actually want to copy a lot of like the stuff at the top. Toggle button. Name row border. It's like all of this basically, except a lot of it's gonna get cut out. For now, I'll just pop it in there. This is in the constructor, yeah, okay. Okay, don't actually need that delete pop-up. Oh, because we're in source. Custom controls, I guess. What did I call it? Oh, is it scripting? Yeah, there's the command. Okay. So name text block is just literally this thing. Let me actually, I'm just gonna copy paste a bunch of stuff here. Okay, where is name row border, this guy. Oh, I see, okay. Copy paste. Okay. Why is it getting mad at me here? Do I have command as a... Oh. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Command equals command. Okay. So name edit button, I don't need it in the stub. Static name group literally only binds these two things, so don't need that. Goodbye. Name text box is like the editable thing, so I don't need that. Don't need cancel or submit. Editable name group is like all of that together, so don't need that. Swappable name, again, don't need that. Don't need any of these on click things. Enable toggle button I do need. Name row border. Swappable name, let's just throw this into it. And name row. Text. Selectable text block. Name text block. That's not how you spell block. That's not how you spell name either, okay? Let's use Avalonia. What is it, layout? Yeah, there we go, okay. Okay, you have 0 references. Goodbye. You have 0 references. Goodbye. You have 0 references. You have 0 references. I'm like the opposite of Oprah right now. I'm removing everything. You have 0 references. And you have 0 references. Everybody has 0 references. Is new name valid? On name submit. Oh, why did I not catch that one? Silly function. Almost got away from me. You have 0 references. Goodbye, says the guy at the job interview. Hey, you gotta get a job to get references, right? You can't just like put your friends down and have them lie for you. That would be unethical and wrong. You should definitely not do that. Using, what is it, helpers? Yeah, there we go, okay. Clean up my code, please. Thank you. Okay. I feel like that is okay. So this should work fine. Should be exactly the same as it was before. Yeah, these carrots look weird. I'm gonna have to find like an icon or something. Is it even the right? Yeah, I think it's the right font. Wait, is it? I don't know. Who cares? I'm gonna be replacing it anyway. Let's command stub instead. I'm gonna actually copy the line and just comment it out so I know what was there before. Stub. Okay. So in theory, now it should just be the top bit of the commands. I think I forgot to add it. I think I forgot to do this bit. I did indeed forget to do that bit. Okay. Child. What is it? What is it? Child equals? What did I say? Yeah, child equals. Name row border. Name row border. Why is this all the way down here? Oh, because I need the name row. Okay. Interesting. That makes sense. Okay, now it should just be the top bit of the commands. Okay, there we go. Oh. 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 This looks so much cleaner. There's like not a bajillion things to look at now. It feels so much better. Okay, now that we have all this empty space, let's add stuff to it. Okay, does this still work? Hang on, let me connect. I'm gonna do some testing here. Let me lurk. I'm gonna lurk in my own chat. All right, and then if I power it off and try and lurk again, oops, it does not work. Okay, fantastic. If I try and lurk again, now it does work. Okay, fantastic. If I disable command lurk, it turns red. And now if I try and lurk, doesn't do anything. Now if I enable command lurk, it turns green. And now if I try lurking again, that's not how you spell lurk. Okay. Cool. Looks like everything is working. Now I just have to figure out how to swap between the two via a button. So let's do that. So in the command stub, let's actually copy. Let's copy the code for the collapse button because it's going to be extremely similar, except it is going to be an expand button. And it is going to have, there's no down caret, a V. Just for now. Why am I? It's not how you spell expand. Okay. There we go. All right. Get name row border. So let's have private grid get main grid. Actually, I can probably just do this. No. Yeah, you're yelling at me for that, but it's fine. Get main grid. I'm lazy. I'm lazy. Okay. So name row border. Yada yada yada. Expand button. Okay. Bam. Now we only need 2 of these guys. Don't need that stuff. Okay. Let me say this can be equal to get main grid name row border. And let's say expand button equals get expand button. And then throw it into this function. Let's see what happens. Booyah. An expand button. Okay, now the border looks weird though. Because there's like these little bits. Because they both have rounded corners. So... yeah, it looks weird. How do I want to deal with that then? I'll just say that this is... do I just want to say that this doesn't have a background color? Okay, and then I want the name row to have a background color. Okay, so what? Here's primary brush 2, so let me grab that and put it into here. See what happens. Ew, what? Do I have some kind of padding or something going on here? Padding new 0? Well, it would be margin, right? I think. Margin? No? Does the border have padding? Border. Doesn't say it doesn't have padding. What the heck? What if I do both? What if this has padding and this has margin equals 0? Why is it not filling up the space here? Do I need the vertical alignment to not be center, maybe? That might be it, actually. Let me try doing it without any of this stuff. Whoops. Maybe that's the issue. Okay, so it did fill up all the space, except now it's like at the top. So... do I say stretch, maybe? Is he gonna put it in the middle? No. 1 minute warning until ads. Okay, so like it does need to be center. But it also needs to stretch vertically. Is that like... yeah, it's just vertical versus horizontal. There is a way to fix this, right? What am I missing here? If I get rid of this and say that the text block itself is center. No, it's still at the top. If I set this to stretch, isn't this like the default? It's still not in the center. I'm gonna get rid of these guys. If I set that to stretch also, I mean, well, okay, so this was at center and it was still like squished, right? It's like this is in the middle, but it's still like squished down. Is there like some kind of content? No. What happens if I just do that? Nothing. But this is the border itself. It's not the stuff inside the border. It didn't change anything. Oh, am I dumb? Hang on. Change that to star. No, I'm not dumb. Okay. What does this do again? Feel its content, yeah. But it's not doing that. Oh. What? What? Alright, you know what? Whatever, that works. Okay, dude, alright. That's what I'm looking for. Now there's not like weird bars at the top and bottom. It's centered and it's still rectangular. It does not have rounded corners. Excuse me? This doesn't have a corner radius thing on it? Surely this does though, right? What? Okay, I mean, I guess I just I just give it a little bit of padding here. Like that. No, that doesn't work. It does need rounded corners, but oh, do I have to wrap it in a border? Hang on. Static border. Get name row border. Grid name row. Child equals name. Nope. Name row. And then we have corner radius equals 5D. What the? Okay. Why is it getting mad at me? Oh. Okay. Name border. Name row inner border. Name row. And then let's have this one require a border. Name row inner border. And then I can say this. Let's just see what happens. It didn't do anything? Didn't give it a border, or it didn't give it a corner radius. Like if I make this extremely dramatic. Didn't do anything. What? What am I doing wrong here? Get the name row. And then we throw a border around it, right? I'm confused. I have to be missing something. Why is there not a border around it? Like, surely that's not it, right? No, that didn't change anything. Why, though? I don't get that part. Do I need to... need to put this text in a border? Like, it doesn't, I don't think that makes any sense though. Like, I would have to put both the text and this button into a border just to get rounded corners. I don't get it. So, like, I think it's just growing the border around it instead of shrinking the content that's inside. I mean, like, if I make these both auto, like, it should shrink it, right? Okay, I guess it, yeah. It's kind of what I thought would happen, but not exactly, but yeah, okay. Really? A grid doesn't have a corner radius property? I'm just a little bit lost as to what I'm supposed to do about this. What the? That is not what I asked you to do. Something ridiculous, like 10. Oops, stop. Okay, so the padding part works, but it doesn't like put a border around it. It's like it's still not rounding the corners of the border. Like if I, instead of making this primary brush run, let me make it like neutral brush 6, which I believe is black. It's not even showing up. What? I'm so dumb. I need a thick border. Okay. Now it's showing up. I can see it now. There it is. Do you see it? There's the border. Okay, dude. Alright. What does this need to be? 5? Get rid of padding. It's still gonna show up as black, but I just want to see what this looks like. I think that looks right. So now if I say primary, is it primary 1? I think it's primary 2 that it should be. Yeah, it's primary 2. Oh, stop. Okay, that's correct. Finally, dude. Okay, All right, there we go. We've got the buttons. Now we just have to make them do something. So now, let me add a new thing. That says, what do I call it? Command. Command display? I don't know. That feels wrong, but is this actually how I want to do this? I don't think so. No. Yeah. It's like in my interaction grid. Actually, in these things, I want to take a swappable. Something like this, right? And then, yeah, in my expand button, swappable, I want to say expand button click goes to swappable dot, what is it, toggle swap swap, there it is. Okay. Let me go back up here, throw that into this. And then in my interaction grid, I actually want to create both I'm gonna say var swappable command display equals a new swappable, and then swap dot, is it init? Yeah. Command card is equal to this. Say var command stub is equal to that one. I'll throw the command stub and command card to that, and then we'll throw the swappable command display in there, and then we'll add the swappable command display. Okay, and then I just do this in both of these. Should just be this, right? Yeah, because this is not static. Okay. Now in this command card, let's also throw in a swappable command display. Give me that, and then in the collapse button, give me the swappable, and then say collapse button dot click this dot swap. Okay. Sure, you can be static. And up here, let's throw that in there. Okay. So in theory, we should get errors. That's exactly what I was expecting to happen. Oh, right. Okay, so in theory, we should get no errors. And I should be able to click this button, and it should swap to the full information card. Okay. And now I should be able to click the collapse button, and it should go back. Okay, the text does shift. Oh yeah, the text and the button shifts because I added some padding. So let me go into the command card, and I want to do the same thing. Main grid, name row border. Let's just say this has padding of what, 2 did I say? Something like that. Let's just see what happens. Okay, that looks better. All right, cool. Okay, so, like, unfortunately, you can't just click on, you know, this giant rectangle. You have to click on the button underneath the giant rectangle in order to open it up. But you can now open and close these things. Now, there is still something we have to address, because if I, for example, open up the add quote display and I connect, and I disable command lurk. Lurk is now disabled, but it automatically got rid of this thing. So we need to keep track of what the current state of each swappable is. So I don't know how we should do that. And like, I don't know if it's... So right now, every time we update the grid, we're literally clearing out all of the cards, like all of the little rectangles, and then we're recreating them from scratch. And I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I feel like it's not a good idea to do it that way. But it does also just give us like a full reset no matter what happens. So I'm not sure. But if we do it like this, then what I can do is basically just set up this yeah, display toggle states. Do something like this. I'm sorry, what? Command is a namespace? What? I'm using scripting here. Command card controls. Oh. Okay. Sure. So okay. It's because I have this folder named command and also a class named command. It's stupid. But okay. So then I'll just I'll loop over each of them. What? Stop. For child in it's instance dot children. I'll say child as swappable dot control. Why did I make them private? What? Do I want them to be that way? Do I care? What? I do kind of care, yeah. I mean, I can just go like this, right? And then that's gonna be the command card. Or actually, swappable. Does this have any state of any kind? No, okay. Children x0 dot visible is visible, because that's what we're doing here, right? Yeah, we're just setting is visible. Okay. So then, oh, I actually do need to get the command of it. Okay. So say command card as command card. Do this, and then we'll say 1 minute warning for ads. And then I'll say display toggle states index command card dot command is equal to command card dot is visible. I mean, just put an exclamation point here. Okay. I am asserting that these things can be converted to what they are, because I know that they will be. Okay. So I keep track of the toggle state, and then I basically say if, you know what, I can add it. If display toggle states index command if that's not the case, Command. Oh, actually, command stub is put in first. Stub. I mean, it doesn't really matter where I put this, right? But if display toggle state, then swappable command display dot swap. There we go. Okay. And I don't care about doing that on initialization, because that only ever gets run once, so I don't ever have to keep track of the state. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, I can still expand and collapse these, and now if I type exclam enable command lurk, oh, it's not connected. Okay. Okay. So this stays expanded, and I can still expand and collapse? Nice. Okay. That is basically exactly what I wanted. I mean, yeah, that is exactly what I wanted. What if I do this? It still keeps that open. Okay, interesting. That's fine, though. I don't care about that. I'm pretty sure that's just exactly what I want. So now the question is, this actually I do want input for. Should I keep the border, the colored border around each of the commands, or should they just not be there? And the only way I can tell whether or not it's enabled is the color of the power button. Thoughts. Do we like the fact that these are green and red? Or should we just go based on the power button? Because I feel like it's a bit distracting. Kind of like what I was talking about at the beginning of stream, where, like, you know, if all of these are expanded, then it gets to be a bit much to look at. I feel like a similar thing is going on, where there's too many colors to, like, really parse through the visual information quickly. So just as an experiment, if I come over here and I say, if I get rid of the border thickness, oops. So it would look like this instead. And then, yeah, I would have to get rid of the border on the other thing, but this is what it would look like. I don't know. The other thing is I could make, like, the entire background change color instead of just the border. And maybe that's, like, but then the button itself wouldn't really stand out. Can make it a different shade. I don't know. Not sure. I will, I might post it in the Discord. Post a couple of screenshots and ask what people prefer. I do want to get icons for the up and down arrows, though. I think that would be good. But for now, I'll keep that. Let's check out what changes I made. So I added the swappable thing. Added padding. Specified the width. Name row border. I don't think I need that anymore. Line 89. Do I need this anymore? I'm pretty sure I only added that because I was trying to make it a button. Yeah, it doesn't seem to affect anything. Okay, so let's just not do that. The padding is needed though. Why? Oh, I forgot to save the file. Let's also code cleanup. Okay. Okay, so I added the swappable here. Footer. Oh, right, I changed the name. Yeah, that's fine. That's what I want. Because I added the edit row and the collapse button. Okay. So we add that. Added this. I changed the name of this from what? Name row to name row border? Why did I do that? Oh, right, because I wanted to make it a button. Okay, so let's undo that. Get name row. Get name row border. Oh no, that is what I want. Why was it just name row before? I mean, it was a border type. Not sure. Okay. Added some padding that is necessary. Name text block. Okay, that's fine. I just renamed that, I guess. Oh, this I can undo because I'm not making it a button anymore. 182. Yeah, I don't need that. So I can make that an underscore again. Whoops. Okay. Get edit row. Yep, that's fine. Get collapse button. That looks good. Okay, and then I added this whole thing. Looks fine. And then I mostly just copy pasted stuff. Just make sure it doesn't look weird. Okay, seems fine. Interaction grid. Added custom controls, right? Because I needed the swappable thing. Oh, I can remove some of the commented out stuff. Here. And here. There we go. Okay, that looks better. And then I just updated some packages. Let's make sure I have like all the updated packages. Is it this one? No, those properties. There it is. Let's update everything. Why not? 9.0.10. Oh, that was the Microsoft stuff. Okay, so now we're updating Evalonia too. Yes. There it is. All right, cool. I mean it was a patch update, so I assume nothing breaks, but I mean, yeah, everything looks fine. Turn all this stuff back on. Yeah, looks okay. All right. What should I say? Make command cards expandable. Let's say displays. Bam. All right. Sweet. So I was hoping to have gotten done a little bit more than that. I thought it was going to be easy. Turns out I went down a little bit of a rabbit hole. And we ended up with what I would consider a suboptimal solution, but it's fine. Why did that do that? It's fine. All right, well, that is going to be it for the stream. I appreciate you watching. I'm hoping to actually, like, put together a somewhat better GitHub dealio with, like, the updated release and, like, a better README and stuff. But that's going to have to wait for next time. So, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here. Hope to see you in the next one. See ya.